tell me, Ksusha, why you're doing this project, why people have to listen to your voice,
Why we want to do this project, why it's important for us.
First of all, it's so weird to be in front of the camera. The project about immigrants has this deep meaning for me.
Here is 10 causes why we're doing this project. I guess people ask, why do you do it? And we ask ourselves why we want to do it, why we want to do this project, why it's important for us, and why we want to do it for people. So I guess we want to divide this conversation in two and talk about our personal causes first, and then the causes why we do it for people.
First of all, it's so weird to be in front of the camera because I'm always behind, but it's very important for me to have my cause as well, even if I'm not in front of the camera and I'm not explaining to someone and I'm not talking to someone. So if it comes to personal reason for me why the project about immigrants has this deep meaning for me, and first of all, I'm immigrant myself. So who's gonna talk about immigrants if not the immigrant who came 6 years ago and went through different stories and went through different, problems and happy moments as well. So the personal meaning of this project for me is to share something interesting from immigrants' stories, I guess, to show everybody that we're not even expecting how much immigrants are doing around us and how much scientists works, art, music, dancing, movies, everything, and accept of this path that you going through. You have to deal with those mental problems because everything's changed in your life and you keep going with your career. And also, you're facing a lot of questions about yourself because it's not your natural environment. So the main reason for me is to show how you can change through this path and to show that a lot of immigrants made history in here. So tell me, Ksusha, why you're doing this project, why people have to listen to your voice.
Like I said, to me, I divided why I want to do it for people and why I'm doing this. Why I cannot stop doing it is because I'm like you. I'm an immigrant. I've been here for 7 years now, and it's not a short time. It's long enough to assimilate, but still there is things I'm facing every day as an immigrant, and I'm always kind of try to wear it on myself and see if it fits to me. Okay, here is this little details about American culture. Do I like it? Do I accept it? Okay, maybe I don't. But if I don't, what about the other people? How they look at these things? How they look at these problems? Or do we? I'm always I would say through the stories I hear on this project, I kind of answer questions for myself, and this is the main reason why I also want to do it for other people. So, because as immigrants, there are certain things everybody struggles with. And I hope that with this project, we can give people particular answers about the questions that they sometimes ashamed to ask or don't share with each other. And so, in talking about the people, why we want to do it for public, because we're friends and we can just sometimes sit down in the kitchen and have soulful conversation about it, but we thought it's really important to share it because we found out there's very good important reasons to do it. So we were talking about this project and we want to do it for public, and we figured reasons why you want to share it, why you think it would be useful, why it would be useful for people who want to move in here, who want to immigrate to the United States. And it also would be interesting people who live here, immigrants and Americans, people who were born here, to see what people going through every single day. So here's 10 causes why we did this project.
So let me name it. The first one is that we are promoting understanding and empathy for people who is going through immigration process, because it takes time. It takes your patience. It takes everything good and bad in you. And you going every day, waking up, and you fight. For some time, you waking up and fight every day. So the interview helps to see that people are normal, talented, and sometimes we judging them and we don't know the main reason why they acting like this. So yeah, understanding and empathy is everything in our life. And we just took this part in life as an immigrant, so showing the empathy to immigrants and understanding to them.
The second reason why we do it is because we will want to share the unique cultural background and traditions from the people who moved here to promote a sense of appreciation and respect different cultures.
And I'll name the third one, which is we building bridges between communities. It's very important when you have a platform for conversation between two different communities, because we know in California, a lot of people who live here for 30 years, who came here a long time ago, they still spending a lot of time of their life in their own community. Some of them don't speak English at all, even, because they don't need it. They pretty much comfortable, and they don't need to move out because it's like the bubble. We're building this platform to communicate and give people space to meet each other, because it's impossible to meet on the streets in our time. So this platform helps us to meet other people and understand them.
That's a great point, because as everybody knows, in Los Angeles, nobody walks on the streets, everybody drives, and people have to create these communities and platform to get to know each other. That's great. We want immigrant achievement to be recognized, because immigrants done so much in this country. We want to highlight their skills, their achievement in everything. Rather that would be a science or art or sport. So we want to highlight how much they actually done for this country and how much of a positive impact they bring on our daily life.
So I'll name fifth reason and cause why we're doing this show. Let's say it's just another point of democracy, another point when you giving voices not to somebody only educated and who speaks perfect English and who's finished some university in here, and his parents are Americans, and everybody he's long way. But for those who have very different story, but still here, still living this life and still sharing their skills and achievement with everybody. So let's say the democracy is everything in America. So we are giving this another chance to show the democracy in this country by talking to people.
The sixth reason why we want to do it is because we want to destroy myths about immigrants. I think myths comes from both sides, from people who were born here, from Americans who think that immigrants sometimes don't assimilate. They stay in their culture. They don't speak English. Sometimes they don't pay taxes, but that's all not quite true. And from another point, people who stay in the home country thinking, oh, so this person now gonna move to America and the life gonna be so good. They're gonna be rich, because I don't know, in my country there is a word people say that in America money grows on the tree. I think maybe in some other countries too, but that's absolutely different. And it's the opposite. And I guess it's really important to show for both sides that there are so many myths built up during the time, which needs to be talked out.
The seventh one, I have to say it, but we're making history. Easy. You know why? Because let's say in 50 years, we're going to have this content, and you can take a look how immigrants, what set of mind they had in that period of time. So, that every time of the history has their own problems, and right now we're living through very difficult times for everybody. And we have a lot of immigrants who came here with a story to tell that can scare somebody like in 50 years. So it's probably going to be very fancy, but we're making history. We're just filming history and we're sharing it with everybody. We're giving people voices.
Another reason, I think it kind of comes from my own experience. I think everyone is going to be familiar with this cause, is that when I was planning to move here, I would look up information on YouTube or Google how to find an apartment, or how to rent a car, when you need driver license, where you have to go, hello DMV. But nobody really talks about psychological and mental issues you can confront when you come here. And that's really important, because when you have an idea to move to the States and you're thinking, am I going to be able to do it financially? Is my English good enough? But people also need to realize that this mentally it's so difficult, because people face loneliness, they face different mentality, they need to adjust. And that's the important question everybody needs to ask themselves, except all these paper and financial questions.
Let me name the ninth reason and cause to be in this project. It's everything we have before the actual interview, because preparing for interview, it's so interesting. First of all, you have to know somehow this person can tell you this story. So you going through getting know people, and it's huge work before you coming to interview and somebody's coming to talk to you. It's a huge work that you're working on, and you doing some research, which is amazing because we're so different. But can you imagine that you and some person from, I don't know, let's say Mexico, some person from Russia, from Ukraine, whatever it is, they are having the mutual thing, the immigration thing inside. So I can talk to, let's say, for a person from France, right? And he's going to be completely different. But he's going to understand you in some ways. So this is very amazing that we have a lot of mutual, which is we are humans. This is amazing to understand so we have to humanize. And just now, we are the same. And this country, we are the same because we can speak in one language coming from different backgrounds.
It's great to find out during these conversations that people from different countries have so much in common.
Yeah, they have same pains, same happy moments. Like, when you came to America, you went to a bar and you understood somebody talking to you, and just like, oh, I'm at that point when I can understand the person talking to me, and I can answer to this person. Like, I can be in I can talk to American person in English. Wow. So when you're losing the barrier, right? You're just like, wow. That's the point. You can discuss with every immigrant how you feel yourself.
To me, the highlight for that was when I was able to understand Eminem, like his rapping songs.
Yeah.
That's like my another language, my another level of my language. And the 10th one, which is really important, is because immigrants come here and, like we talked earlier, they bring their background, they bring their culture and history, and sometimes, and they want to keep it to, when they assimilate, they still want to be themselves, they still want to have it. So people, they open their own businesses, and it can be something what they brought from their culture, from their country, and the knowledge they've got, and it can be, and it looks very different, and I think it makes America even more rich cultural wise. So I guess bringing these people and their stories to our project is also giving a voice and promote what they do. And these little details people bring really worth to be heard, notice, and these little details actually change our life every single day.
Thank you so much for watching. We are very appreciate your feedback, whether it's good or bad. We're gonna listen to it, and your likes help us grow. So subscribe the channel and stay with us. And thank you for watching.